everyone, to another episode on Two Puerto Ricans and a Black Girl. Today, I always say it's a hot one, but today is a juicy one. Work husbands and work wives, these work spouses, I have a lot to talk about on this topic. What do you think about that? I'm the Dope Widow.
Hey guys, I'm the Love Guru.
Hey everyone, I am Mimi, your lifestyler, and welcome to this episode. So, Gigi, you just said you have a lot to talk about.
Yes.
So let's talk about it.
Let's talk. Okay, I need to put on my glasses.
Ladies feel about work wives, work husbands. What says you?
I don't know. You going first?
Go ahead. You say you have a lot to say.
Okay, so first of all, I don't know. I'm like on the fence with this one. A part of me, because where I'm at in my life, and I think that if you're married, there's something about calling someone your work spouse, your work husband, because we're ladies. So we're going to talk about the work husband. It's something about that, like you take away the significance and the meaning of the word marriage, like the beauty of the word marriage. And I think you're kind of treading a little bit on some
muddy waters.
Some muddy waters, yes. When you call someone because you're around this person a lot, and everyone knows when you're around someone, you tend to become a little bit attracted to them. You may think they're a little cute, or you start thinking about them a little bit more. And let's face it, you spend more time with your work spouse than you may your actual spouse. And you're real comfortable.
There's always some truth to those titles that we give.
Yes, like you find them cute, or you may like them a little bit, or you liked them before. I don't know. But then I'm like, okay, if I'm single and the person is single, then okay, that's my work boo. If I'm single, I can call anybody my boo. They're not taken, I'm not taken. So I could play a little bit with that, but if I'm married and they're married, or if I'm married, they're single, if one of us are married, I don't know. I think that it's a fine line between it turning into something romantic. I don't know. What says you guys?
Go ahead, Mimi.
I don't know. I agree with you. That is a fine line, Now, when you just said, I'm thinking, so can it be like say you were single and then you get with somebody, they were already calling this person their work wife or their work husband. Now, do they stop doing that because they're with someone?
That's a really good question. The thing is, and Jackie, jump in whenever you want to. The thing in my head is like, okay, if I'm married, my friend from work is married, we call each other work spouses. If the spouses know each other and they think it's funny, and we know, because not everybody is going to cross those lines, right? The work husband, because you do kind of things that are like marriage-like. If you go buy breakfast, you go buy them breakfast. Or you go to lunch, I got you this time. Or look, you want to digress a little bit because they're getting on your nerves at work, and you can digress. But if the families are friends and you're not crossing those lines, and they know there's a line, I'm not crossing that line, then maybe in that sense, I think it all depends on the individuals. But then again, is that fine line that it could just turn in an instant until you mad at your spouse. You turn to Johnny, they're getting on my nerves. And Johnny's like, yeah, I know what you're dealing with. And every day you're talking about your issues. Let's go to dinner. You tore up. And then it's bang, 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 bang.
Right.
So.
Yes, that's why in my opinion, no. I take the word husband and wife very sacred. When you get married, that's such a sacred vow that I don't want to give that title to another man. That title is only for my husband. Even if we know, my spouse and I know the families and we're friends and things like that, I just out of respect wouldn't call another woman's man my husband, because I really would not feel comfortable if another woman called my husband her husband, whether it's in all fun and games. Like I said, there's always some truth behind every title or every kind of little game. You know, there has to be some type of interest there in order for you to have picked my husband out as your work husband. There's some attraction, there's some interest intellectually, there's some physical attraction there. There's something, you know, because you're not just gonna pick out a man and say that's my work husband if there's not an interest there. What called your attention about this man? I mean, you could be working with 5 other men. What about this one?
What about this particular man?
Yes, and then I also agree with the fact that you said, you know, you do exchange information, because now you guys have this close-knit relationship at work, and so, you know, he's kind of your friend, he's kind of your girlfriend, you know. So you tell him, oh yeah, this guy's getting me upset and we had an argument last night. And what guy, if he's interested in you, is not going to try to say things or say, you don't need that, like, you know, you don't need a man to treat you like that, you need a man to treat you like this. And then eventually it goes from, you don't need a man to treat you like that, you know, I'm gonna be that man that's gonna treat you like this. And then that's where lines are crossed. And then, you know, people disrespect their wives and people disrespect their husbands. So I'm not with that, calling my man my husband your work husband, or me calling someone's husband my work husband.
I think too, you start calling, sometimes it's not even like a physical attraction or anything like that. Y'all just do things, like you look forward to seeing this person coming to work. Like
why? No, you shouldn't be looking forward to seeing any man at work.
Because you know what, it's like when you have a coworker. I'm not going to use that. It's like when you have a coworker at work that you really get along with. When they're not there for that day, it's like something is missing. You know what I'm saying? So you miss them. So it's their energy that you miss. It's their, you know, you share a common ground probably with them, with everything. Y'all probably laugh at the same things. You could come to this person and talk to them about things that's going on at the job. But something that can happen too is sometimes you can be the person who's like saying this person is your wife, your work wife, or your work husband, but then this person can start reading too much into it.
Yes.
You're not thinking anything, and this person is like, you know, like when you said something about buying lunch and all that, I think that that's something that you shouldn't do, because people actually start looking forward to you doing things for them.
Yeah.
It's like, I think that that's a line that shouldn't be crossed. Like, you should not be buying things for, you know, lunches. And when you go out to lunch, you should really try to go out to lunch with more than one person, more than just you and that person, because it takes away the intimacy of it. You know what I mean?
It does. Absolutely. I love that. Yes. Make sure that there is someone else around.
And all that cocktails after work and all that kind of stuff, it should definitely not be just you and that person.
No, it could be a group of us, you know, and then that makes it a little bit more impersonal. You know, as if it was him and I, then, you know, and you start drinking. And after a couple of drinks, you know, depending on if you could hold your liquor, you know, you start laughing, you get a little loose, you start laughing a little flirty, and, you know, and things happen. So no,
I agree.
Yeah.
And then research also shows that the more familiar you are with someone, the more time you spend around them. Like, it's a high percentage that people start feeling a little bit of lust, a little bit of love, some attraction. Like, it's a proven statistic. And so why put yourself in that predicament? And again, especially if it's almost like when you first meet someone and everything is euphoric, they could do no wrong.
Yeah.
When your relationship is maybe in rocky terms, you think that the grass is green on the other side because you're only seeing this side of that one person. That person could easily be an abuser. We don't know. So many people wear masks at work. You know what I mean? And so you don't really know. So, but you're in love with this person. You start becoming in love with their characteristics and their traits of what they bring at work. But that may not really be the real them all the time. I don't know. It's just, again, that fine line. You have to be.
It really is, because I mean, kind of to sway another direction. I was hearing about this girl. Husband is well off. So they're out. He's buying stuff for his wife, and her girlfriend is there. And he buys her something too. But you know that she says that she wants, and the wife is just like a little, you know, like what's, you know, that it's that line. And you gotta also look at how your mate is going to feel. Like I have a girlfriend, like when we go out, if I go out with her and her husband buys us drinks, and it's, I mean, nobody's been blinking an eye to that. Like it's nothing.
That's nothing though. I don't think there's anything to that. I mean, that is being
Jackie, you'd be surprised. Some women are so jealous that
a man her husband buy you a drink?
Buying drink. They don't like their man doing anything for another woman.
Oh no, that's a little bit much, I think. Yeah. I mean, if we're all going out together, why wouldn't I would tell my husband, "Oh, babe, get Gigi, Mimi, and I a drink or whatever," and I would not even bat an eyelash. But that's just something a man does.
Yeah, you'd be surprised, but I'm just saying, like, you could have that scenario. You know, that's why I think, like, when people go out to lunch, like you were saying the lunch thing, that just hit me like, like this is, you might start looking like holidays and stuff come up. They like expecting a Christmas gift, they expecting a Valentine's gift, they expect it. And
I was just going back to what you were saying about your girlfriend and her friend being there and her husband buying his wife something and then also buying. No, I'm not okay with that.
Right.
Like, there's no reason that you need to give her a gift. I don't care if she's there or not.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Leave that up to me. I will buy her a gift, but that's not my place to buy her a gift. I'm your wife and you take care of me. But it's my place to take care of buying my girlfriend's a gift, not my husband's place, unless, you know, it's a housewarming gift and we buy it together, you know, for our friend, but not you just buying her a personal gift. No,
but they were together, like all three of them were together. Okay.
No, that's not okay.
Right.
So when we get home, I'm definitely gonna tell him about himself.
Right. I never want to put myself in a situation, Eva, where I have to defend myself. You know, like
you shouldn't have to. You know why? Because your man should always make you feel secure and always make you feel like you're number one. Not in
that instance. I mean, like where I'm at work with the work husband, and you know, and somebody starts feeling some way towards me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I don't ever want to have to be able to defend myself. So I really try not to tread that wife, you know.
Yeah.
But some people actually will put that title, will give you the title.
Just for sure.
With some guy, that's how rumors start. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about, being happy to defend yourself. Like your husband may come to the Christmas party. They'd be like, "Oh, this is her husband." I'm like,
no, I didn't establish that. We're just cool. But people cannot see a real platonic relationship. If it's a heterosexual friendship, people always, if you spend a lot of time, they always gotta add the intimacy to it or something to it, especially if it's two attractive people.
Yeah.
It definitely gotta be banging it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they can't really look at it and say, okay, these are just two friends.
Right.
Because if you're friends with them, why can't I be friends with them?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always there's so many double standards and with people always want to talk.
You know what? I see people. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jackie.
People talk because of what they would do. Mm-hmm. They would never think that you could have a platonic friendship with someone of the opposite sex. But because they cannot have that platonic friendship, they put extra into the relationship. They make it seem as if something that it's really not. They're really feeding off of themselves, you know, and that's how gossip starts, you know, and people's insecurities. you know. Go ahead, Mimi. I apologize.
It's just no, it's okay. It's just the buildup of it all. You know what I mean? Like first is like, y'all laughing at the same things, y'all get along so good at work, and y'all two are the ones that's in your little clique. Like when they, I will say, like when they're not there, you miss them and all that kind of stuff. It's just it starts out innocent, and then it can roll into
It easily can, just
easily
instantly.
something
Because
more.
it's like a relief of maybe your reality. Maybe
It could be, or it could be, it could not be, but you are allowing yourself to be put in a situation because you're spending so much time with this person that you're starting to develop feelings for them. Not even just physical feelings, emotional feelings now.
emotional feelings. Oh Lord.
I have a male coworker. He's the only male in the building. And we are really, really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
I think people may have seen us and thought something. We just get along. And it's funny because we're having the topic and I think of us at work, and it's really nothing. Like we're just friends. Like we laugh at the same things. Like
Right.
there's things that they're like, oh my God, I wanted to see you because I wanted to tell you this. Like, because we get it, you
Right.
know. He'll come into my classroom and he'll be like, oh, he calls me Rodriguez. So he'll be like, Rodriguez, oh, let me show you this picture. And this, I mean, and he doesn't do it with anybody else, but we're so cool. He's actually my son's godfather. He became my son's godfather because we are so cool. His wife is a lovely woman. I speak to her on the phone all the time. I love his children. So, I mean, there's nothing. It's like totally platonic. He's a beautiful person. We have so many things in common. His birthday is on my mom's birthday. His father's birthday is on my daughter's birthday. And his mother's birthday is, I think, on my other daughter's birthday. It's so funny. Like we have so many things in common that we've become really good friends over the years. And people would think that there is something, but it really is so innocent. I say he's the brother that I never had here in New York.
See, that's a different spin on it. Like when you say, oh, this is my brother, this is my sister. But when you start putting out husband, and then it just gives it a whole different judge. When
I love his wife and I respect his wife so much that I would never disrespect her.
That sounds like a whole
children.
different situation. Yeah. That's and that's like even when it's somebody older. Like sometimes people at work, you have your older person, and you're like, oh, this is my what. Yeah, that's different too. But when you have that work white, it's just, I feel like something innocent. Like you really are friends with this person, but it could just grow and escalate into something more. So I wouldn't even try to like touch on them's grounds.
I believe it will, even if neither party acts on it. I believe that one person will take the title a little differently.
Yeah,
right.
I don't think that both parties would be like, oh, it's my buddy. I think at some point, even if it's not an ongoing thing, at some point, one of them may have thought.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody may read something more into it. And you know what happens? I've seen happen. I've seen like at Christmas parties or whatever, and people that are work wife, work husbands, when their mates or actual boyfriend, girlfriends come, sometimes it's awkward.
Yeah.
It does feel awkward. Yes, they make it feel awkward.
Then that's when you know that it's a little something like, it's something, even if y'all didn't act on anything, it's something there. Because why is there this awkwardness? Because I'm here.
Exactly.
The
real spouses should really know. Because if you guys are that cool and funny, yo, guess what so-and-so did it out today? Look what we talked
about.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we always go back, I always revert back to relationships and how the foundation is a friendship. And so when you develop this genuine friendship with someone, those lines could easily be blurred if you start attaching those titles. If your title is a friendship, then this is my brother because that's a friendship.
Right.
You start attaching a husband or a wife to that friendship that's blossoming, and you guys have so much in common and blah, 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 then you may start thinking about, wow, I wonder if I would have met this person years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The minute you start thinking about, that's how you know you got to back up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, a question for you girls. Have you guys ever had a work husband or no, not a work wife?
Never had a work wife, but
Work
I,
husband?
yeah, I have had a work husband,
Okay.
and
They had that title?
yeah,
Okay.
and it was more like what Jackie's talking about, what her brother at work, like we were like that, like when I saw him, like I'm just thinking, like every time I saw him, I used to just bother him. Every time he came into our break room, I'd be like, "Okay, you give me something from the vending machine." He'd be like, "How come every time you see me, you need something from the vending machine?" Like we were like, well, we were buddies. So people always thought that we messed with each other, but never ever. But I guess he was really more like a work brother.
Like a work brother.
Yeah.
Because
I never had a work husband.
yeah, we were really buddies. Have you? Have you like you
Have you
haven't?
had a work husband?
I haven't had a work husband, but people have always paired me. Since I was young, I've always had like a lot of guys who've been my friends. It's just a
Right.
energy there, a connection there. And so people always like assume. People
Right.
always, and whatever job I've had, if I get close to any guy, it's like, oh.
Right. I guess that was that situation with that too. Yeah, because this guy was definitely more like a brother.
Okay.
But everybody always thought, oh, y'all should get together. I'm like, no, he's my boy. Like, no.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. But yeah, so no, I never really had a work mate. I mean, yeah, work husband. So anybody else got anything else to say about this topic?
No to the work husband.
Hello, with a big O and
Not with that. No.
Yeah, I just think it's just you treading on a thin line.
yeah,
Yes.
No, why give them that title? They could be your good friend, your buddy, your brother, your sister. Why give them?
Yeah, that husband title is very sacred, you know? Save that for the man that's going to be your husband for the rest of your life. Would you want him to really call someone else his wife? Give them your title? Like, I take that so, like, I don't know, like so personal, so special. Like that's my title, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want him giving that title away to anyone else.
Somebody else, your wife? Oh,
Yeah, no.
oh,
I wouldn't be okay with it.
Griselda.
Yeah,
No.
she's serious. She's serious.
You can't be.
She was like, no.
You can't be wifey. No, my coworker.
I was going to say, right, wifey and all that. Brother, sister, yes.
Yes, brother,
Yeah.
sister. You know, my bestie at work.
Yes, exactly. I could do that. My bestie at work or my brother.
And it doesn't really spill over to the weekend. You don't really talk on the off days. You don't really talk over the summer. You might send a text.
Oh, well.
Like twice a month, or July and August. Hey, checking up on you.
Yes.
And it's okay. You know?
Yes.
But no, you can't have a whole relationship with someone you call your wife.
That would be taking it to another level when you start having now a whole relationship outside of work too.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Now we going somewhere else. Yeah.
Now we really can cross those lines. And
Yeah.
it's not that I'm insecure.
At all.
It's not that I don't trust, you know, my partner, my husband. It's just that title. When you have that actual title, I don't want you giving my title away. Huh. Now if I'm
What
single,
about if you're not married?
if I'm not married, it's ooh,
But it's your boyfriend.
But it's my guy, and you call somebody.
Right.
Well, you know, I have a problem with that too now, because I'm not single. So if I can't, the person you're in a relationship with doesn't have the official title of a wife, you can't be giving away my title that I'm hoping to gain. Even if that person had that title before me. I don't know.
That's what I was saying. Right.
It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Because that title was already there before me. That's nothing, you know.
That's what I was saying. Like, what if you guys came into it, like you just got together with this person, but he's been working here for so long, and this woman has always been his work wife.
As long as there's no crossing of the lines, maybe. But I would definitely say something like, you may have to, you know, put the X in front of the.
Because certain things change. Certain things change when you get a significant other. They just have to adjust.
Yeah.
You know
Exactly. I was gonna say things have to change in order for the respect to be there.
Right.
You know, because I have to feel respected in my relationship. So I'm not gonna allow you to do things that you may not like me you know, to do to you. Like I would want the same way I'm respecting you, I want the same respect. So yeah, when you get into a relationship, things change.
Yeah.
And we have to learn to adjust to those changes.
And friendship, realize that, like, you shouldn't even feel any kind of way. Like, I know if I have a male friend and he gets a girlfriend, I expect him to spend less time with me now.
That's how it should be.
Right.
That's how it should be.
Right.
Hanging out with the girl bestie all day long. Oh no, I
But
definitely.
some people are selfish like that. Some friends, and they don't get it. Like,
I know. You have to give your friends a space to develop their
that's why I
relationship.
love my friends, because they all get it. Like, come on now.
There are boundaries that cannot be crossed. So, and we have to make those clear at the beginning of the relationship. Do not feel some type of way about, you know, telling him, listen, I know that she's been your best friend for all these years, but we're together now, and maybe, you know, you guys have to spend or she's going to have to understand that we're going to spend more time together and she's going to see you a little bit less. Not to say that you can't see her, you know, because I would never want to come in between a friendship that has been there for years, you know, but just understand that, you know, I'm here and you're going to be spending a little bit more time with me than with her.
Right. And I hope that I don't even have to say that. I hope that he just knows as a man to be able to tell her that.
To fall back a little bit.
Right.
He may know. She may be the one that doesn't know.
That's what I'm saying. So he could tell her, like, I don't have to tell him to tell her that. Like, he just knows automatically. Tell her that this is what's going to happen.
And if they're friends, you know, you're going to talk about, yo, I just met this girl. I'm so serious.
Right.
You know, eventually the other person needs to fall back a little bit, especially if everyone's in the same space at any given time, right? Just out of the respect.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't know. So no work husbands, no work wives.
So we say, oh, that's treading too thin right there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The verdict is in.
Gavel down. No.
So to the next time on
To Puerto Ricans and
Black girl.
Oh, you've been on point lately.
Yes, I have.
Deuces, people.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.